In today's news, Raul Rosas Jr. vs. Ricky Torcios is no longer anticipated for UFC Vegas 87. The bantamweight matchup initially scheduled for UFC Mexico City was canceled at the last minute after Rosas' team chose to pull him from the fight not long after the fight was canceled. UFC officials announced plans to rebook the fight 1 week later at UFC Vegas 87, with UFC CEO Dana White saying that the matchup will take place at a catchweight so that Raul Rosas and Torcios will not face another severe weight cut. However, on Tuesday, UFC officials revealed to MMA individuals that Rosas Jr. vs. Ricky Torcios won't be going down this weekend. After all, it's unclear whether the UFC will keep the matchup, rebook it for a later date, or skip it altogether. Sean O'Malley reacts to Ryan Garcia's MMA call-out. Ryan Garcia recently appeared on the MMA Hour, where he talked about how he'll happily fight Sean O'Malley in the UFC. He's so confident that he even feels he will destroy the UFC king in MMA. Look out this clip.
Done. Yeah. I know I'm gonna knock him out in boxing. That's not even fair. What is fair is to test myself in MMA, because I know if I put my mind to it and I trained every day and I had Nate helping me, even Alex Pereira, all of them, and I really locked in, he will not beat me. I will come with everything I have and I would destroy Sean O'Malley.
In the UFC.
In an interview on his Timbo Sugar Show podcast, Sean O'Malley reacted to these comments, saying that Garcia is foolish and that he beat him with ease within minutes without even using his grappling skills.
UFC?
I said, brother, I would kill you within minutes. It's just not even realistic. It's crazy how stupid and delusional that is. People probably, I wonder if people think like that when I call out boxers, though. Is it the same kind of thing? I mean, it is a little bit crazy when I call out boxers. A little bit. Not a ton. Not 100% crazy. A little bit. But when boxers said they want to fight in MMA, it's 100% crazy. I wouldn't even. I don't need to take him down to. It would. I mean, I could take him down and choke him. But it's like I would kick him in the fucking body. I would kick his little sticks. I would, do whatever the fuck I wanted to him.
I enjoyed that call out.
The box, I could box him with MMA gloves. It's a different sport, just with those little MMA gloves. The distance is different.
Coach Bearman gives a post-KO health update on Volkanovski's brutal loss to UFC 298, which highlights the end of Volkanovski's 5-year dynasty and his second straight knockout defeat, raising questions about his health. In an interview with Combat TV bulk coach Bearman, he provided a positive report, stating that the fighter isn't showing any trauma symptoms and appears to be getting better than he did after his previous knockout loss to his rival.
In terms of like his symptoms, he doesn't have any symptoms, which is not the case in the last knockout. There's so many variables when it comes to like having a knockout and how much symptoms, how many symptoms you suffer and all of that. I don't know the science behind it, and I'm not going to begin to try and understand it, but he seems to not be as affected by this concussion as he was by the last one. I can't, I wouldn't be able to tell you why. He definitely needs to rest. Like he needs to rest his head. But I mean, he needs to be sensible. But he also needs to, he's also will be very keen to get that rematch this year.
Michael Chandler is looking powerful. Chandler has shared a new motivational video on his social media, showcasing his superb health as he prepares for the Conor McGregor fight, which, according to Dana White, is set to take place in the fall. Chandler also shared how he stays in excellent physical condition year-round.
Hey, I was riding this bike too. Gainesville. Just follow the road map. Follow the road map. Right to Gainesville. There is no secret to success. Everybody's looking for a secret pill. They want me to tell them one thing that's gonna get them from point A to point B and get them to their dreams. All it is the relentless, disciplined consistency every single day, doing the little things right and doing the little things that nobody wants to do, that you don't want to do, but but doing them anyway and doing them with a smile on your face. I don't want to be on the bike. I don't want to eat what I'm eating, but when the bright lights go on and your greatest moment of opportunity comes, your soul will well up and ask you in those moments, did you do every single thing right with the talents that you were given? Did you flex your faith muscles? Did you flex your discipline muscles every single day in the small things? If you could be trusted with the small things, then and only then can you be trusted with the big things, the bright lights, the big stages, the big opportunities. Do the small things right every single day.
Israel Adesanya admits that he agreed to headline UFC 300, but DDP rejected the headline. The UFC 300 vs. Dricus du Plessis coach recently came out and shared that Israel had ended his break, was back in training, and was ready to return to MMA. Immediately, many thought that meant he would be the main event for UFC 300, but eventually the organization booked Alex Pereira vs. Jamal Hill for April's pay-per-view headliner. In an interview on Theo Von's show, he revealed that he was offered to lead UFC 300 and approved, but he turned it down.
That probably be versus DDP for the belt, you think?
Dricus, yeah, definitely. Wow. There's some things that were meant to happen. They summoned me. I'm sure this is out there now. Eugene said some stuff. But they summoned me. They summoned me for 300. And I was like, yep, let's roll. But their side didn't want it. So I was like, well, I'm just going to keep.
Who, DDP side?
Yeah, they didn't want it. Wow. But they just fought Strickland, so maybe he had a little bit niggly injuries and stuff. But hey, we all got little, niggles and whatnot. So yeah, but I've fought injured for the last how many fights? So that's why I took time off, just to let my body heal, and it has healed. And yeah, I'm sure there'll be more injuries. It just happens through training, like what we do for work.